got in the studio with me right now the fantastic and very purple-haired J.Simmonds.
Thank you. Hi.
So I've got to ask firstly, what's the official name of that shade of hair?
This is Bruised Violet by Bleach London. I did bleach it first, so yeah, I get so many comments on this. Like when I'm just walking around, people are like, "Your hair looks amazing," and I'm like, "Yeah, it's great, isn't it?" I don't really know what to say.
So I've got to ask, why not the beard as well in that case?
I get that as well so often, and it's like, nah, not the beard as well. That would just be like
overkill.
Weird. Yeah, it's just too much. You know.
Are you a Game of Thrones reader?
I've not read Game of Thrones, and I'm probably going to get a lot of flack for this, but I watched 3 seasons of Game of Thrones and I didn't really feel it. So
we're going to end the interview right now.
But, no, it was all right. It's just, I don't know, I got a bit bored of it. I think I'll go back to it in a few years' time and appreciate it for what it was.
So you weren't one of those who jumped on the I hate everything in the last
I'm not
season.
saying I hate it.
No. You wait.
But I don't know what happens in it, which is good. I sort of blanked my mind to all of that stuff when it was on social media. So
the reason I bring up the books is because there's a group of people called the Tyroshi in Game of Thrones, and they have fabulously vibrant hair and facial hair, forked beard dyed with 3 or 4 different colours, and I wondered if it was a tribute to Dario Naharis with what you were doing.
No, well, not consciously, no.
Right, so let's talk about J.Simmonds, the musician, the singer, the songwriter.
Sure.
So talk to me about how everything started for you musically.
Musically started for me when I was in my late teens, I think. I started playing bass in some local punk bands to Yeovil. One of them was Consumer Radio, another one was 500 to a Cage. They ended.
Those are cool names, though.
Yeah, they were good bands, and so I was always a bass player, but inside I always wanted to be a guitar player because my granddad was in big bands, and he always used to play guitar to me when I went over their house, and he bought me my first guitar as well, actually, and I started learning it, but then moved on to bass and played bass for many years. And then eventually, after I stopped playing bass, I'd also gone to Access to Music College and studied bass there as well. Played in some more bands in Bristol, and then those ended, and I picked up the guitar again and just sort of started writing songs, and they sort of just evolved, really.
Has it always been original music for you, or have you done much cover work?
No, I've never really done covers. I mean, I've played some covers in bands and stuff, but it's not ever something I really set out to do. So what I've developed is just, from what I've just sort of picked up and learnt myself.
Sure. And when we were discussing earlier on the influences you've had, then there were a few names in there that were a bit alien to me. So it does feel like a very broad musical upbringing you've had.
Yeah, I mean...
Billy Bragg I had heard of.
Yeah, Billy Bragg is he's an influence on me, and he's quite local to here as well, isn't he? But yeah, I started getting into punk when I was about, 17 or 18, but prior to that I'd listened to sort of metal and stuff like that, but I started getting into the sort of UK underground punk scene, listening to bands like Five Knuckle, Cap Down, Filaments, and such as those, and I was heavily influenced by that, and then as I sort of started delving more into that, there were people that were doing side projects and solo stuff, like Chuck Reagan from Hot Water Music, who does his solo thing, and if you listen to my voice and the way I play, you can hear the influence. The same with Lucero, Ben Nichols, you'll definitely hear the influence there.
Yeah, have you ever had Tom Waits?
Oh yeah, Tom Waits, big influence as well.
Yeah, wow, brilliant, Tom Waits.
Yeah, I love Tom Waits.
That was the first thing I thought when I heard your voice. I thought, okay.
People do say that, but he's a big influence, but it's difficult to get that voice
without smoking about 70 a day.
Yeah, I had to give up smoking, so it's taken me a long time to control the voice thing. At first, when I started playing, I was ripping my throat apart.
I bet you were.
Yeah, I was screaming.
The growling thing is,
yeah, but now I can control it, which is good.
How do you manage that?
I don't know, just lots of practice, and suddenly it was just like, right, it doesn't feel like my throat's burning every time I'm singing. Great.
Wow. Okay,
Yeah.
I've experienced myself. You sing certain songs, and after a while, your voice gets used to them. That whole muscle memory, and it changes, it shifts a little bit.
Yeah.
But there's still things like any time I'll try and do Enter Sandman, then I'll get through it. But by the end of it, I feel like I've been chewing sandpaper.
Yeah, it's less of a shout. The only way I can describe it is more of like a push on your vocal cords rather than a shout.
And you can do how long without? You just go indefinitely until...
Yeah, just sing the songs as they are. Yeah.
That's impressive. That's very impressive. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what, I think it's probably about time we hear from AJ himself here. So I've got a little track to play you. And I think we discussed this earlier on. AJ is... he's kind of borderline about letting me play this one.
I recorded this myself, and it's very DIY. I'm recording in December, and hopefully it'll be a bit better. So bear with this one.
No, I like this one. Have a listen to this, guys. You get a feeling. It's a couple minutes worth of what AJ's all about. Then we'll come back and talk to the man some more. This is Social Commentary.
I'm not the one for conversations, and I'm not the one for face-to-face, and I broke the doors of perception, and now I'm way too late. I'm not the one for confrontations, and I just shiver and I shake, and I've got one eye on the back door, 'cause I'm planning my escape. 'Cause ever so pitiful this stand that I take, and all of my hopes and dreams have fast become fake. And I'll start to worry when time's not on my side. So I guess for the moment I'll just wait for a while. This stand that I take, and all of my hopes and dreams have fast become fake. And I'll start to worry when time's not on my side. So I guess for the moment I'll just wait for a while. And all of my hopes and dreams, all of my hopes and dreams, my hopes and dreams.
There you go, AJ Simmonds.
For a while.
Surprised me with the ending there.
Yeah, it's I do that on a lot of songs.
Well, you stop and then start again.
Yeah, it's for when I play it live, it adds a bit of atmosphere.
Absolutely. What, when people start clapping and then you carry on singing?
Usually when I do that sort of thing, I have to go, thank you, before people start clapping. And it's like, would they actually start clapping if I didn't say thank you?
That's the reverse of Buck Rogers. You know, where you finish it way earlier, people just look at you and go, oh, it's finished.
Yeah.
Hey, that's all right. I like that one. That's good. And I felt we had to play that at that point because that does illustrate what we were talking about in terms of your voice. It's very distinct.
Yeah, it is, I guess. Yeah. I did start this project a few years ago and did some recording where my vocal was clean, and I just hated it.
Really?
Yeah, it just didn't suit the music and just wasn't what I was about.
No, fair play.
Yeah.
And let's talk a bit more about what you were about, because you, aside from doing the tracks, then you're very much into promoting as well.
Yes.
So talk to us about that.
Yeah, I do promotions in Yeovil under the name of Cult DIY. Been doing it for a couple years now, I think. It was under a different guise of Yeovil Punk Collective beforehand.
Right, okay.
And it starts from a very modest sort of background of just putting on acoustic house shows which were just for some friends who were touring at the time.
Okay.
And it also gave me an opportunity to play my solo stuff and go, yeah, maybe I could play some gigs, you know.
Okay. And so how many people would you have generally, not audience, but in terms of acts, would you generally have come along to play at one of your shows?
Usually, the most I've had play at the Railway is 6 in a night.
Well, it had to be the Railway, didn't it?
Yeah, the Railway are great. They've been absolutely awesome. They've saved my behind, basically.
Yeah, I bet they have.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Do you know, you no doubt had Duskwood along?
Yes.
Yeah, brilliant, lovely guys.
Yeah, saw them out there in the store the other day. Yeah, it was banging.
Awesome, they're great. And have you had Dead Man's Click?
No, not yet.
Dead Man's Click, they're down from Weymouth.
Okay.
I know they're playing there in, I think it's later the month. The drummer Fez is Deps for Colin. Sometimes when we do D-State stuff. But yeah, great stuff. And the Railway's become such a centre for new music, hasn't it?
It has, yeah. I mean, I've got a show this Friday with Exeter's Crooked Little Sons, which are garage thrash kind of punk band. Not thrash, just garage punk, sorry.
Right.
Discount Linders, who are a punk band from Exeter as well. We got Space Tourettes from Chard.
Right.
And Brighter, who's an amazing solo artist from Wales, and also Pay the Man, who played with Funeral for a Friend the other day. He's from Wales as well. Yeah, so some really good acts coming.
That's got to be brilliant to draw everybody together, and what an atmosphere, because you're going to get different fan bases, people interested in seeing lots of different acts.
Yeah.
It must be a great atmosphere.
Yeah, it's great. Sometimes the turnout can be a little disappointing, but it's the same as anywhere in the country. I mean, I've been around the country playing with J.Simmonds and basically played to no one before, so it's not just confined to Yeovil. But the people who come to the shows regularly, such nice people. I've got so much love for them, really. Like they just keep things going and keep me going, because I thought about giving it up earlier this year.
Right. Well, it's good for us that you kept with it. It's brilliant.
Yeah, thank you.
Cult DIY is KULT.
It is, yeah.
DIY. So if you're going to go on Facebook, do check out, it's Cult DIY, yes?
That's right, Cult DIY. Okay. And yeah, just type that into Facebook.
Brilliant. Give AJ a follow on that one. Make sure you're following what he's doing on that one. And I think when you talk about the small but enthusiastic crowds, I feel similar. I think we probably feel similar here. I'd much rather play to an audience of 20 people who are really enthusiastic than 100 who are just looking at their phones the entire time.
Yeah, definitely.
It's all about that engagement, isn't it?
Yeah. The lovely thing about the Railway is it always seems like it's packed out, because it's a cosy venue.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Right, what we're going to do now is we're going to take a pause of the course for a second. Then when we come back, AJ is going to play us a live track in the studio. Don't you dare go away.
This is Radio Ninesprings on 104.5 FM.
Ross Owen Williams with you here, and this is J.Simmonds, Blue Skies Black.
Another blue sky's turning black. Now I know you're never coming back. I felt the whispers on the wind. I'll never see your face again. And I've never been the one to compromise, but I can't help but wishing I had that time. And I'll never win in this game I'm in, and I'll just be left out in the cold. I know the times became hard. I still held you in high regard. Thankful now your spirit's set free, but the memories come back to haunt me. And I've never been the one to close my eyes, but I can't help but wishing I had that time. Another blue sky's turning black. skies turning black. Another blue skies turning black. And another blue skies turning black. And I've never been the one to speak my mind, but I can't help but wishing I'd apologized. And I'll never win in this game I'm in, and I'll just be left out in the cold, cold, in the cold, in the cold. I'll never win in this game I'm in, and I'll just be left out in the cold.
Hey, J.Simmonds there. Fantastic. I feel like I should offer you a whole soother.
No, it's absolutely fine. Yeah.
Well done, pal. That's fantastic.
Thank you.
Great job. Well done.
Cheers.
All right, just strip the old guitar off there. And I'll filibuster while you're doing that for a second there. In a moment, you're going to have to tell us the backstory of that one as in 500 or 5,000 words or less. So, yeah, give us the background of that song.
With that one, basically, I call my project J.Simmonds because my father was called Anthony John Simmons, who died of cancer about 7 years ago. Mm. And as a tribute to him, I thought I'd call the act J.Simmonds because it's close to my name. He did so much for me and for the Yeovil community. I thought it was just a fitting tribute, really. Brilliant. And that song's about his death.
Crikey, okay. So yeah, it's a
heavy one.
Yeah, that's a heavy one, and a hell of a song as well. Then.
Thank you. I played a bum note at the start. It really annoyed me.
Start again.
Never mind.
Hey, I didn't notice it. It's great song. So where can people catch your stuff on social media?
I'm on Bandcamp if you type in J.Simmonds. I'm on Facebook as well and Instagram. I should be releasing my new EP in December on Back from the Dead Records. Right. So if you want to give them a like as well, they'll be stocking it. And if you just come to shows, I'll have merch soon as well. Getting some t-shirts printed.
Ooh, fantastic. Love a t-shirt.
I've got some stickers for you as well, actually.
Hey, do it after. Do it after. Now we're talking right now.
Yeah. Sorry.
Fantastic, that's all right, don't worry. Hey, so everybody, make sure you do check this out and get down to the Cult DIY. When's the next session you're doing?
The next Cult DIY show is Friday. That's at the Railway, start about 7.
Brilliant.
I'm playing a show at the Railway the day after on Saturday with Slacker, Skinny Dog, Quorum and X22.
Fantastic.
So, yeah.
Okay. There you go, brilliant. And a big shout out to Wendy, your mum, yeah?
Oh, yeah. Hi, Mum.
Hi, Mum. Hi, Wendy.
Thanks for the support.
There you go, absolutely brilliant. Thanks for all the food, yeah?
Yes.
Exactly, there you go, and the hair dye.
No, she hasn't got me the hair
dye. That's a you personal thing. Yes. All right, brilliant. J.Simmonds, thank you very much for coming in.